And welcome to In-Game Chat for Saturday, June 13th, 2020. It is Season 14, Episode 17, and I'm Scott.
And I'm RJ.
So welcome to the show. You don't want to get in touch with us? You can do so by giving us a call at 334-272-9228. That is the number, 272-9228. 334-272-9228. I think most of you know how to get in touch with us if you're listening from outside the country. You can find us on Twitter at In-Game Chat. You can also find us on Facebook as well. You can email us, why not everyone, at ingamechat.net. We're streaming right now on Twitch. Go to twitch.tv and you can find us. Just search In-Game Chat. We're right there. Go to our website, click on the link. You can do that too. Easier way to make it happen. And join us in the chat room live while we broadcast. This thing here. So we can do this. And then we're done with that. Thankfully. Last week, barely had anything to talk about.
Yeah, that's true.
This week we have plenty.
Yeah.
We have plenty to discuss on the show today. Sony held their thing, which I think they're going to do more. I can't say it's their E3 thing. I can't say that was their E3. Yeah, probably, yes. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if this were a different time where Microsoft would have gone first and everything else would have gone in the order that it was always supposed to go into, that we'd have had a release date and a price on that system. We still got nothing. As far as those two things are concerned, we got a good look at it. Boy, did we had a good time looking at it. People had lots of fun looking at that machine. And we got to look at the games some of the games that were going to be available for it as well. Maybe not at launch, but yes, some games that are hyped up, ready to go for that. And we're going to talk about that as well. It was about an hour and a half, 2-hour presentation, I think. Did you happen to watch any of it?
Yeah, it was on a work day. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, afterwards,
what I got for basically was just YouTube reactions and things like that, little bits here and there.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't about the bells and whistles of the system for me. It was just really, like you said, what we didn't get.
Yeah.
Price,
well, I mean,
price
yeah.
And,
and the other thing, I know for you, it comes down to, does it have games that I want to play on it?
What's your library look like? That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
I mean, what good is a real powerful console if I got nothing on there that I want
Right.
to play?
And I mean, yeah, this is their library, but we don't exactly know when that library is going to. Obviously, we know the game's coming out this holiday season. We don't know when, because that Spider-Man thing they first showed off was said holiday of 2020. So we're getting that before the end of the year. Not that, and by the way, not that any of these things cannot change. Not that any of these things can't be said, we're pushing it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't necessarily know that they're going to push back the release of the console, but, I mean, we're only 6 months into a year that has given us something different every single month.
Yeah.
What may come for the rest of the year, I can't fathom that would delay this thing. But I also would not be surprised at this point of like, oh man, didn't expect that. It's like, no, that shouldn't surprise me if something does, happen again to make them delay a console release. But we'll see. That's down the road. So, Lethal Migraine's already given his 2 cents in the chat room.
He was not a fan.
Oh, well, he's not really a fan of Sony, to be honest with you. He never has been a fan of Sony.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. And Lethal Migraine says that Spider-Man thing's just short out. So when I saw the reveal of that, and it started as a teaser, and then it was like, oh, this is, the whatever it was doing a slow motion thing. And I was like, would they do an Infamous again? Then, of course, as it panned down, I was like, no, that's okay, Spider-Man. And then it's Miles as well.
Yeah. I was there a debate about whether or not it was a standalone game or just DLC or something.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
That was a lot
because
of
when
talk about that.
Because like when it showed that and then said, "Oh, it's coming out this holiday," I was like, "Oh, well then that's an add-on. That's an add-on, a DLC. Yeah. There's no way that they've made a full-fledged game, like full-on game, in the amount of time it's been between that and the release." Especially one that they haven't been able to tease, you know?
Right.
I mean, think about it. If you go back to when we first saw Spider-Man for PlayStation 4, it was teased 2 years in advance, I think. Maybe 3 years.
It was a while before.
Yeah. No. It really was.
Yeah.
It was way before. And because we didn't hear anything about it afterwards, and we're just like, okay. But, I mean, that was a tease with years. This was a tease with months. So obviously they just took the assets they had, did a reskin on well, actually, you know what, they didn't, because I mean they didn't build it from the ground up. They took the assets they had. They are enhanced by the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Supposedly. We don't know. Nobody's seen this thing other than the trailer, so should have enhancements from the PlayStation 5 and what it can do there, and whatever. And then that was the debate for like a few days after this. This was this on Tuesday? It was Wednesday. This was Wednesday. So that was the debate on most of this was Wednesday. Was, you know, afterwards was Spider-Man game. What is that? Is that DLC? What is that? It's expansion? And it first said that yeah, it's an add-on thing. It's whatever. And then somebody said no, it's not. It's a standalone title. But they said think of it in the vein of Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Yeah, I was about to say some like DLC and a half, I guess. I mean, too big to download, but just enough to put on a disc.
Yeah, there's
the $40 extra game.
And
side story.
I think I first heard it from James. Expandalone. You know, kind of like standalone, but it's actually an expansion, so it's like an expandalone.
Yeah.
So that's what I would consider it. You know, that's a game that is probably not as beefy as the first Spider-Man is, but it's going to look a lot better. It's going to, I don't know if it's going to play a lot better. I don't necessarily know that I had much problems with the play, but with the play from the first game.
I didn't.
But, you know, just, hey, we got this, we can do this. And I'm sure Sony came to them and said, we got to have something for Spider-Man for the PS5 launch. We got nothing. Because I don't know what they have. I don't know what they have for launch. I was watching this with I wasn't watching it with James, but I was sending him messages back and forth. And up until we got to some of the, I don't want to say more serious games, I suppose, but games that, for the longest time, for maybe 30, 45 minutes into that thing, nothing was, I wasn't hooked. Yeah. There was nothing that was like, oh, here you go. Now you want my machine because we got these. There's nothing there. There really wasn't. There were some beautiful looking things. There were some interesting looking things. But there really wasn't anything that was like, I need to see more of that. I want to know more about what that is. And I guess it didn't really start until, not Square's game, but that space game. The space game, I think it's from Capcom, actually. I can't remember what it's called now. And I wrote down almost...
See how much of an impact it had on you?
I wrote down almost everything that was shown. Give me a second.
A space title. Wasn't similar to Elite Dangerous or anything like that, was it?
No.
Okay.
Solar Ash? No, not Solar Ash.
No.
Not Solar Ash.
That was the one that looks like Journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Nothing much stood out to me. I mean, the
Returnal? Maybe it was Returnal.
Oh, the blonde lady in the space helmet.
Yeah, with different color eyes.
Returna.
Yeah.
Returnal or something.
It was Returnal.
Yeah, Returnal.
Yeah. So it started with GTA 5, which I think everybody was expecting GTA 6. And it's like, nope, still GTA 5.
Because it still makes money for them.
I saw a meme for that where it's like, in the same span as GTA 5 has been around, GTA 1, 2, 3, or GTA 1 through 3, GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas, or San whatever it's called, and then GTA 4 all came out within the same span as GTA 5 has been around. And it's just been GTA 5 over and over again. And then we got the Spider-Man thing, and then we got another Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo 7, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I will always be pulled in by pretty cars. I will always be pulled in.
Yeah.
You show me a pretty car game, I will always be pulled in. I will play it like crap because I suck at sim driving. I probably suck at regular driving, but
No. Your car's in pretty good shape. You're good at driving.
well, I mean, I'd make sure.
You're better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Gran Turismo has always been a draw for me because of basically the selection of cars you got. I mean, the tons and tons of different vehicles you could pick up for that game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be hard to find a car that you can't favorite in that thing.
And then we had Ratchet and Clank, which was nice to see. It's like, okay, you haven't forgotten about these characters, but at the same time, again, I'm not hooked yet.
No.
Project Athia from Square, I think.
The mountain hopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still not hooked.
No.
Like James said, anything with a title project is almost a guarantee that I will not see it for another 5 years.
Wow.
Well, it's rarely do you get anything that sticks with a project, whatever.
Yeah.
Then we had that game called Stray, which I guess is you playing as a cat,
Pass.
a kitten, little kitty cat. Returnal was the other one.
Yeah.
Then it came the Sackboy platformer. Then Destruction All Stars, the car combat thing.
Yeah.
Then Kena Bridge of Spirits, Goodbye Volcano High, Oddworld, Ghostwire Tokyo, Godfall, The Far Shore. I'm just and nothing. None of these were really holding me. I mean, Oddworld is like, okay, that's cool, but I mean, is that going to be exclusive to PlayStation? I don't know that they bought an exclusive. I don't think they bought anything from them exclusive.
No, the only thing I saw was that thing that said that project, the project one. They said designed specifically for PlayStation 5. That was the only thing I saw. Nothing that said exclusive or anything like that.
Right. Goodbye Volcano High seemed really cool. I was interested in the story of what that might be. Ghostwire Tokyo, I'm kind of curious as to what that is. Seeing more of that. The Far Shore, I was, these were starting to pull me in, but nothing was like, nothing scorpion hooked me.
Nothing
like,
that makes
get
you
over
want,
here.
Yeah, nothing that makes you want to pick up the system at launch.
No. Godfall was not at all interested in that. Solar Ash looked kind of cool. Then they hit us with Hitman 3. And I'm like, okay, well, Hitman 3, that's not going to be exclusive to PlayStation at all. You're going to be on PC. You're going to be on Xbox. That's just you just got your Hitman 3 announcement.
Yeah.
Then Astrobot. I'm like, God, Astrobot. Little Devil Inside, NBA 2K21, something called Bug Snacks. And then I got interested with the trailer for Demon Souls. It was a remake, and I didn't know they were doing a remake.
No, me neither.
And it's done by Blue Point, which is the same folks that did Shadow of the Colossus. That's when you put the word remake or remaster. A lot of people use that loosely to be like, upgrade,
Yeah.
But
Looks prettier.
this is a remaster maker thing. I don't remember which one's the correct way to say it, but like they built it from the ground up to redo it and remake it. Blue Point's really good at that. Really good at that.
No involvement from Software.
I don't know if there's any. I doubt it. I think it's Blue Point that did the development on it.
Okay.
I mean, for the most part, there's nothing that From Software really has to be involved with to do it. There was nobody from when they did the remake for Shadow of the Colossus. There was nobody involved with that. They were just given like, here's all our stuff. Go nuts to make it look, to make it look good and run well on the system and that sort of thing. So
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of this just felt like filler in between. Like, you open with a big announcement, you close with a big announcement, or 3 or 4, but all this stuff in between just felt like montage games, I still really wasn't hooked on any of it.
Yeah. So the only so basically out of the whole thing, just Demon Souls and what else?
Well, no, I'm still not done.
Oh.
Deathloop, which is the game from Arcane.
Oh,
Studio.
time. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Basically, it's like Dishonored, but multiplayer and or maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, from the gist of it, I saw was just I don't know about any multiplayer aspect, but story mode anyway. You're an assassin. You're trying to get through this city of every assassin in town trying to kill you, and every time you get killed, it just rewinds back to the beginning. So lather, rinse, repeat until you get through it, basically.
Yeah, just there's got to be a hook and a twist or something there. I'm very interested in what they're doing.
The teleporting thing is all I saw, really.
The whole thing, the presentation of that was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
They did a fantastic presentation of that game. That could sell that would sell me on a TV series.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Deathloop.
Yeah,
but that could sell me on a TV series. From just that presentation alone, I'd be like, yep. Send that to series and make that. Give me 13 episodes of that. You know, because I could take it. Then out of nowhere, Resident Evil 8.
Village.
Yeah. I had no idea.
Yeah.
No clue.
I haven't even started playing 7 yet. I got time.
Yeah. Then a game called Pragmata, which I can't remember what that was.
No.
I don't remember.
I see the theme that's happening here is a lot of the stuff that was presented. It didn't have an impact. It didn't stick in your mind. It's just like meh.
Yeah,
a lot of it.
There was a lot of, I don't know. I don't want to say it was a letdown or anything. It wasn't a disappointment.
I'm not saying a letdown, disappointment. Just nothing that hooked you. Like I said earlier, nothing there that made you want to get this system at launch.
Well, Horizon Zero Dawn 2 was the final thing they closed out with as far as the games are concerned.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, that's good. James and I both were hoping for some sort of a tag at the end or a tease or something saying, by the way, Horizon Zero Dawn 1 or Horizon Zero Dawn is available on PC now.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the store to purchase.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then they revealed the console.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a date. We don't have a price, but we do have a whole bunch of stuff in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
We knew what the controller looked like. There's a headset that's there, and that's fine. Looks, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Matches the aesthetic or remote control. Looks like a charge base or something. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the camera that comes with it. Then it's the system itself.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was expecting that. I mean, nobody was expecting what this thing looked like.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, did they have fun with it.
I think I saw a picture you put in there of a router wrapped in a piece of paper.
That's the first thing I said, man. That's the first thing you can see. I hit up everybody when I first made that observation. I was like, this looks like a router. This is like a router.
Yeah,
it totally does. And of course, now everybody's made the many different memes of what this thing looks like.
Memes, pictures, artwork.
Oh,
I've seen it
God.
all over the place. Yeah,
tons of it.
In fact, there was something I wanted to ask you about. Did you notice anything about the USB port? Like only one USB port in the front, or is it two?
I only see one.
Okay,
but I could. There is something else there.
Mm-hmm.
But it is not a USB port.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
See, the only reason this pops up is because there was some talk in the fighting game community.
Yeah,
because we ain't got no fighting games on there yet. But that doesn't seem very tournament friendly. If you got two people side by side hooking up their controllers, one person goes in the USB, where's the other person going to go?
Could be one in the back.
Maybe, yeah. I think they said something about a converter was needed or something like that. If someone's but tournament organizers, this is far down the line, speculation, but tournament organizers are going to have to maybe buy extra equipment, something like that for each system. I don't know. I guess we'll worry about that when that time gets here.
Yeah,
not now.
I'm trying to see if I can find some. Man, okay, so just going to Google Images and searching PS5,
Yeah.
Brings you up all kinds of spec consoles.
Mm-hmm.
It still doesn't bring up. I mean, it does bring up the actual console itself, but it brings up all the different ideas that people had for what the PS5 would look like and how far away they were from actually hitting that on the head. Really trying to find a good close-up look of the thing so that I can tell you.
Yeah.
But so far I can't.
Yeah, Lethal Migraine says it looks like a USB and a USB-C on that thing.
Yeah, I'm really curious. There's 2 ports there, and one does look like a USB port, but I can't tell what the other one is.
Yeah.
And I can't find a good image to really zoom in there and look at it.
No, maybe I'm just speculating. I'm probably just speculating on this. Maybe they didn't take into account people playing multiplayer being online mostly instead of side by side in the same living room.
Yeah, that'll be a thing that again it'll be addressed the more we see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at the video now. A minute 20 in before you actually see the system. That is the disc version, and man, that is so dark. I can't. Okay, now they're doing real close-up things. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to look at this thing real quick. Hopefully, it comes. What is that? There are 2 very, very thin slots near the They're near the disk drive towards the bottom.
Memory card slots?
Oh, come on. We can't be doing memory cards, can we?
I'm talking about those little...
No, because the sizes are different. If you find the reveal trailer, the hardware reveal trailer from Sony, the actual one from Sony, it shows up around a minute 36 in. Yeah, because there's 2 slots near the base of the machine, if it's standing up near the base of the machine. And then about halfway up, there are 2 more, one being the USB, and then there's another one as well. Let's see. What do we got? Okay, hang on. Oh, now we got... Oh, you... Ugh. They cut to black so fast. Okay, I wish...
They teased you, didn't they?
Yeah, no. This is fantastic radio trying to find a thing here. Oh, man, I can't tell what that is. Cannot tell at all.
Well, we'll just have to get it up later then.
Hang on, there's still more zooming around the machine. Okay. All right, there's a real clear picture, and I'm showing this to you, RJ.
Okay.
One clearly looks like a USB port.
Yeah.
The other one looks significantly smaller.
Much.
And there's some kind of writing or something on that side of it. All right, here's something interesting. The diskless version only has 1 slot. In other words, when I talked about near the base, there's 2 slots near the disk drive. On the diskless version, there's only 1. Mm-hmm. There's still the 2 things at the top. There's still the USB and then the smaller thing. I mean, it may be a USB-C, but I don't think the USB-C would be... I mean, it might be. That might be a USB-C port. But then those other 2 slots, I don't know what those are. Maybe they're lights to let you know when it's on or do it. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. So there we go.
Yeah, we'll find out later.
30 minutes trying to track this thing down. Look, I'll tell you right now, a Spider-Man add-on game is and there's not a big draw for me to pick this up on release day, whenever that might be.
Yeah.
There is not a big draw for me.
No.
And for that matter, right now, there's not a big draw for me to be picking up the Xbox thing when it releases.
Mm-hmm.
But Microsoft hasn't had their, their time to do anything yet.
Yeah, when they show us what they got, then maybe it may change.
That's coming next month,
Mm-hmm.
mid to late next month, I believe,
Yeah.
when we'll see that. So,
Yeah, the only thing that got me was among the games they put out was the remake of Demon Souls.
mm-hmm.
That got my interest, but everything else, not so much. Maybe Deathloop. That seemed interesting from a story standpoint.
Deathloop's not going to be a place. Well, again, you don't have a PC, but
Yeah.
I mean, Deathloop's not going to be an exclusive. Demon Souls might be.
Mm-hmm. I have a PC. I just don't play much on it.
Demon Souls might be an exclusive to them. I'm not exactly sure, but it might be an exclusive to them.
And
Horizon is an exclusive to them.
Mhm.
Spider-Man's an exclusive to them. Ratchet and Clank is exclusive to them.
no fighting games, but we're going to see what's coming out in the future anyway. Only thing I'm looking forward to is Guilty Gear Strive right now. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Fighting game-wise.
So right now, Sony hasn't sold me yet on the PS5, and I can tell you now, I'm not
Not at launch anyway.
That's the thing. I'm not doing what I used to do. I'm not being like, I gotta have it. I gotta go get it. I'm first in line or third in line or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
No. Not after the way that I've seen, I've been doing this long enough. And honestly, when I was still doing it, I was doing it long enough to know better then, too.
Yeah.
But I've been doing it long enough to know that, unless it's something you got to be there for day one.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is, that's perfectly fine. If you got something that you saw in that whole mess of stuff that it's like, yep, got to be there day one, going to be picking up. Playing that game is worth paying ever how much this whole thing is, plus the game itself.
Mm-hmm.
Then go right ahead. You find something in there, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
Currently, I do not. They still have more to tell us because they haven't told us anything about a price or a date.
Mm-hmm.
We have two SKUs. We know we're getting a disc version and a discless version, or what they call the PlayStation 5 and then the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Perfectly fine. So we'll see if something doesn't, show its head by then. But currently I'm not on board.
Mm-hmm. Wait and see.
I don't care about how it looks. It is different. But I've never cared about how my consoles look. Never.
Mm.
I'm curious of its stackability. Can you put other things on top of it, or can it sit on top of other things? Not that I care. Because I'm trying to think currently right now I have nothing that is stacked on my setup.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing sitting on top of another type of situation.
Yeah.
I don't have that issue right now, so I'm fine. But, yeah. So really, but that's it. I don't really care about the... I'm a little curious how much... So there looks like there's a blue light that kind of moves around the thing. Or not moves, but that is somehow emanating from within it, it looks like, towards the edges.
Mm-hmm.
Curious how often that's on. How bright is that? How much fan noise does this thing make? All in time, but we'll see. But that was the PlayStation 5 reveal. I would love to go deeper into it and tell you more stuff. We just went down the entire stuff that was shown, and I'm going to go look because that was just in my list. I've got another list of everything that was shown for Sony, and I'll go back and look at it. So yeah, like I said though, my whole thing, and I know where you stand on it as well, is that
what's your price? What's your library?
I know it's not there for you yet.
No, not yet.
One Demon Souls game will not cut it, and a remake at that will not cut it.
Mm-hmm.
But you give me a Bloodborne sequel.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
I'll pull you in.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to talk about what games we've been playing, and we've also got more to go over because, well, speaking of what games we've been playing, Bungie decided to do a reveal of themselves on Tuesday before this Sony thing. And just earlier today was the PC gaming show.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a list of everything revealed there. It was kind of a E3 week, sort of, but we also have a whole list of things that are sort of E3, whatever E3 is this year. A whole list of things that are going to be coming because EA is doing something later on this coming week. EA will be showing off stuff. Microsoft is next month. Ubisoft is next month. There is a lot to come, and they're spacing it out through the summer months for what's to come. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we will talk about what we've been playing. I got music here from a game somebody on my friends list on Steam was playing, a game called Last Oasis. The track for this is called The Flotillions, and we'll be back with more in-game chat right after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. Scott along with RJ here. Music from a game called Satisfactory, which I believe is in early access right now. So I was watching Digital Foundry do their... I mean, it's an hour and 20-minute video, but I jumped to the end so they could talk about the PlayStation 5 itself. The more I see the USB slot there and the slot next to it, I'm almost certain that's USB-C. Just like Lethal Migraine said. Yeah. You've got your typical USB slot, then you've got USB-C next to it. We haven't seen the back of this thing. Obviously, power cable, Ethernet, HDMI. Maybe something else, I don't know. Maybe
some
another
cable,
maybe another USB slot so that the camera can plug in that comes with it.
Nice.
You know?
Probably, yeah.
How many? 1, 2? What are they doing? Yeah, we did not get a good look at the back of the system. I don't think we got to look at the back of the system at all. Before we get started, let's talk to Chris. Hey, Chris.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, man. What's going on with you?
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting one of the PlayStation 5s when it comes out. I'm definitely going to get the new Oddworld, the Oddworld game. Been waiting on that one for a while, and also the Horizon sequel. I want to definitely get those two, but the other ones, maybe. But I'm definitely not going to get Dark Souls. I don't have enough patience like RJ does.
I mean, I'm remembering all the pain and suffering that I went through that Demon Souls, man.
But will you get it at launch?
I'm planning on getting it. I may not play it that much. I may wait till things. If there's any kind of issues, I'll wait till they iron those out with updates and stuff. But
because I don't believe Horizon Zero Dawn or the Horizon 2 will be available until sometime next year.
I guess it's going to depend on when some of those are going to be launch. If there's at least 1 or 2 launch titles that I'm looking forward to that I have to have, I'll probably get it on launch. If not, I'll wait for a while where it's a little easier to get it. I'll just wait and see.
Well, did you see anything in that was a justifiable purchase of the machine itself?
The only 2 that I saw was like I mentioned, the Horizon and the Oddworld, the new Oddworld game that they're doing.
Right. Mm-hmm. I don't remember seeing a date for Oddworld, but
I don't either.
And I'm
we'll
also not sure if Oddworld's an exclusive or not.
It'll probably be on all of them, I believe.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. All the other ones have always been on PlayStation consoles from as far back as I remember. I don't know. One of them was on Xbox, like a spin-off, so they may bring it out on the other ones too.
Yeah, launch title for the Xbox 360 or the Xbox? No, Xbox original. The very first Xbox.
The original one.
Launch title was, oh man, what was the name of that game?
I don't forgot. It was
it Abe's Exodus?
Munchie's Odyssey was what I was thinking.
Yeah, Munchie's Odyssey, yeah.
The old classic Xbox.
Well, at this point, classic, yeah.
The bulletproof one.
But yeah, that was a launch title. So yeah, I don't necessarily know that this is going to be that's going to be an exclusive to it. So now let me ask you this: would you go disc or discless?
Disc. I like having a physical collection.
Gotcha.
And a backup way just in case if I can't get internet way out in the country, which I don't see that happening anytime soon. So.
Right. There is that to consider, the downloading of some of these titles.
Yeah, but just in case, yeah.
Yeah, and we still didn't get, I don't think we still got any, well, no, we do have specs. We do have specs on how big that hard drive is going to be. That's another thing. I didn't see anything for expandable memory,
I'm sure they'll be able to use an external hard drive, and like the PlayStation 4, I'll put an external drive on, even if it slows it down a little bit. At least copy the games on it.
Yeah.
I'm real curious.
What was the hard drive space they said?
Was it just slightly under a gig from what I remember, like 825 or something, which will probably be less with the operating system taking up some room.
Yeah, I want to say it was I thought it was like 850 gigs, 850 gigs.
Not enough.
Of course not.
That should be at least a minimum of 2 or 3 minimum, or at least 2 or 3 free.
Yeah, well.
2 or 3, what? What are you
2
talking
or 3 gigs free of, to do what you want to, make it a little bit bigger for the operating system to take up some, and at least give you at least 2 gigs of free memory, like, give us a 3 gig or something like that and have a little over 2.
Well, it's 850 gigs.
Terabytes,
Oh, terabytes.
Yeah, I was thinking wrong
okay.
decimal point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 850 gig or 850, 820, something like that. It's around 800 gigs of memory on the thing.
Yeah, so
which I want to say does not match what Xbox is doing with theirs. I want to say theirs is a terabyte, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. See, I'm already thinking about the Western Digital external already. The 4, 8, or 12 hooking up to that thing.
But it'll be interesting because apparently this thing is some kind of dynamic SSD inside.
Mm-hmm. I remember reading something, that, of course, pure power specs from what I've seen, the Xbox beats it, but I think it's like the load times and how much data it transfers within the different components is a lot faster than what the transfer rates are for the Xbox, which could mean a lot faster loading times between the systems, which, I don't know, that sounds pretty good to me, so I don't know, we'll see.
Well, it sounds pretty good to you until the fact that you said you were going to use an external hard drive, and that won't work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Probably won't.
Like, it'll work. Maybe they give that disclaimer. It's like, look, you can put in an external hard drive and you can play your games from that hard drive, but it will not take advantage of the SSD that is on your system unless you put the game on that SSD.
Well, the thing I was trying to say was that the thing of having to swap files, move one from the hard drive to the backup and back and forth. At 800 plus gigs, it won't take long before
just a few 2 or 3 games and it'll be full.
I'm saying it won't take long before you have to start switching files over.
Yeah, the other part about that is the oh man, where was I going with it? The fact that you don't pick it up day one means maybe by the time Horizon 2 comes out the following year or the year after that, depending, I have no idea.
Yeah.
We don't really know. But I guarantee you this thing is going to get cheaper in price and larger in hard disk space.
And I may just, like you say, just wait. If there's no launch titles I'm looking forward to that, like Gran Turismo, I know it's a Signature Series, but I couldn't care less about a driving game. I wouldn't ever play it, so I may just wait off and see if they got bigger hard drives down the road, if it's pretty close or just after a major one hits the shelves that I want to get on it.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that'll be the thing, because this thing already looks like it's got the slim factor down. Mm-hmm. It used to that used to be the thing. Oh, here's the slimmer version of PlayStation 2. Here's the slimmer version of the PlayStation 3. Yeah. The 4, I don't think they ever hit a slim version on the 4. But
I guess it got thicker with the Pro.
Well, the Pro did get thicker, yeah.
It got thicker.
But on this, I think that'll be the different distinctions will be, you want the one that's got the larger hard disk space, And I don't necessarily know where I see them going as far as and this is looking way, way far beyond what I should even be talking about. Mm-hmm. But when you had the PS4 Pro and then they came out, or the PS4 and then they did the Pro,
right?
It was taking advantage of 4K, and even then it didn't do it. Not truthfully.
So pseudo 4K?
Yeah.
I've got one of the limited edition PlayStation 4 Pros, the
Death Stranding?
Death Stranding one, and I'm not going to touch it. I'm just leaving it in the box. The regular one's just fine for me because I can't take advantage of the somewhat upgrades that it offers for the better TV sets. I just have a projector and a pretty good PC monitor that I use all the time, and the monitor looks fine to me. Since it's only about 2 feet away from me, so I'm content with it and the projector as it is.
Yeah. Well, Chris, we appreciate you calling in, man.
All right, y'all have a good afternoon.
Take care, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
You were saying something,
I was thinking about, remember how you could put your own hard drive in the PS3, PS4, and all that good stuff?
Mm-hmm. And I did that on my 3 or my 4. I know I popped out the SSD and put in a different one.
Yeah. But
I think it was on my 4.
Yeah, but there was like a limit to how much hard drive space you could put in there on your own. It was like, what?
There was a limit, and it's I can't remember what it was.
Because I think on the PS4 it was like the biggest external hard drive you could put on there was, what, 8 terabytes?
Yeah, that's an external. The internal was different. The internal had a limit where it's like, look, you can go further than this, but you are opening yourself up to it possibly having issues. Mm-hmm. Like if you go higher than this, we can't be held responsible if you find corrupt files or something like that. We know it works with this. Mm-hmm. If you go larger than that, you're on your own.
Yeah, I want to say if you went over, well, the biggest I put in there was 2 terabytes, but I think external was 8. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing about me with the consoles, man, biggest games are getting now, it was always a hard drive space was always a concern for me. So I was already thinking about what options I had when you said it was 800 plus gigabytes at launch. I'm like, no, that's nowhere near enough to my liking anyway.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and I don't necessarily consider what they're doing an improvement. I know it's close to a terabyte, but it's not. Mm-hmm. It's not there.
Yeah. And
knowing what we knew of the Xbox machine, and then seeing Sony come out with their thing, was like, boy, you guys are taking a hit on this, man. Mm-hmm. Your spec sheet is going to look. You're going to look beaten when it comes to this thing, and it's spec sheet. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't ever tell anybody that asks me, hey, which system is better, or which system should I get. Mm-hmm. That's a horrible question to ask me. If you ask me which system is better, I'll tell you on paper this is better than that one. There you go. If you want to do that, you go ahead. If you get the machine that is better on paper, and you take it home and you're like, well, all these games I don't like any of these games. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Don't get a machine because it's you got to get what you got to get what it you got to enjoy what it provides for you. Mm-hmm. And if there aren't games for you that fall into your category of something that you enjoy, then you need to find one that does. Mm-hmm.
So in the chat room, Lethal mentioned that both consoles are going to have great compression, and then the file sizes should actually be a bit smaller.
They will. They do. Both of them are utilizing. And Sony. I think Sony kind of wins out on this with the SSD that they're doing. And I can't remember everything that was said. And I say that they win out. It ain't much of a win. That your SSD is some kind of dynamic new thing. If I can mark that one check and say, okay, there you go, you outperform Xbox in that regard. Because Xbox is going to get every single other check on that on that sheet.
Yeah.
On paper. And then again, we haven't put price down on it either. So what's going to happen there? I'm curious if Microsoft is going to offer a digital edition. You know what I'm saying? Like a discless version, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm really curious how that's going to go. I'm curious on price. I'm not so worried about release date anymore, but I am worried about. Not worried, but I am curious about the price. How do they market, or how do they price the one that has a disk drive? How do they price the one that doesn't? How do those two prices relate to each other, much less relate to the Xbox? Because it feels like, here I am telling you that Xbox beats the thing on paper every single time.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't that mean that the PlayStation version could be cheaper if this one is outperforming it? That would be, it's using better technology or more expensive technology or whatever. You would think that Microsoft would have to, price their system accordingly because of that, but maybe not. We don't know. We really have no idea.
You still on the $4.99 limit on price?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Not even $5.49, something like that. Unless it's like a special edition or something like that.
See, that's the weird thing. If they go $550 for the disc version and $500 for the discless, get out of here. Get out of here. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, I mean, Lethal Migraine's exactly right in what he's saying there, is that the fast SSD but slow CPU, slow GPU, considerably less compute units, no machine learning that we know of. And apparently they said most of what we saw was 30 FPS, which is ridiculous. In most cases, you should at least be in that 60 FPS range at this point.
It's kind of what we were talking about with graphics earlier, remember? There's really no excuse for having poor graphics in this day and age, video gaming-wise.
Yeah. And I get it, Lethal. I know where you sit on this. I know where you sit. You're not, trust me, you're not trying to convince me, man. I know where you stand on it. But here's what average consumer Joe and Jane are going to do. They're going to walk into the store. They're going to see the two systems. And they're going to say, that one's less expensive than this one. That's the one I'm getting. The problem comes when they price them the same.
Because then you have to go library.
When they price
or functionality.
Well, no, you don't even have to go library on that. This when they price them the same, again, we're talking about consumer Joe and consumer Jane. We're talking about people who don't think about these things like you and I think about these things. Okay. Just people who walk into the store because their kid's asking for the machine for the birthday or for Christmas or whatever it is, and it's like, I got to get them a new gaming machine. What do you have? Well, here's our stuff. Hey, that Nintendo Switch looks pretty cheap compared to these two things. I'm going to get them a Switch if you can find one. Yeah, I don't know. Between these two, again, it comes down to price. And look, I'll tell you this too. Even if Microsoft and Sony reveal their price and one is cheaper than the other, I can't tell you then that one's going to be the big seller because it's cheaper than the other game. I can't. I have no clue. This is not a year that has been in any way normal than any other year previous for me to tell you that is going to sell more. It could be a horrible year for video game machines. maybe none of these things sell. Not like they wanted to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I really have no idea. And I can't, even if one's $50 less than the other one, I can't tell you that that one's going to be better or going to sell better or anything like that. I have no clue. I really have no clue. Microsoft still has to show off what they've got. Mm-hmm. And they've got a little bit of an advantage here to show more.
Yeah, they do.
They got an advantage to say, okay, well, there's what they showed. Let's haul out our big guns here. Here's what we got. Mm-hmm. And here's what we're doing. And the fact that they're already doing the whole thing of, like, if you buy this game before the system releases and get the new system, you free upgrade.
Free upgrade, yeah.
There's already that. And then there's already the Game Pass that Microsoft has going for them. Mm-hmm. Not only that, Game Pass, they've also got the not crossplay, but the one where if you buy a game and it's also on PC, you get the PC version.
Yeah, you get the PC version.
This whole family of things. I mean, Microsoft has a whole lot in their corner that if parity is there between the two systems, you can say yes, but, and then you pull the fold out, all the sheets of paper where it's like, well, they line up pretty good. And then you flip the Xbox one down. It's like another half page more of, oh, but you also get this.
Yeah.
Compared to what you don't get on Sony. Mm-hmm. We'll see. We didn't even get into the games that we played on that little segment there. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the video games that we played this week. We'll talk about Destiny Reveal. We'll get into all of that. Recently announced this week was a remake, I believe, of the game 13. XIII, whatever. That old 13. I think it was an anime at one time. No. You don't remember it, do you?
No, not coming up with clues.
It was an old PC game called 13. I think it came out on Xbox or PlayStation, but I can't remember.
Only 13 I saw was the 13 avatars from Vanillaware.
No, man.
No?
It was a game called 13. I want to say it used David Duchovny as the voice. As the voice of the main character.
That's not
like that was a big thing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they're remaking it, so I went and I grabbed music from 13. This is called Brighton Beach Invasion. We'll be back with more in-game chat after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from Desperados 3. Game that I think came out this week. Past week. Don't know anything about it. It's a Western. Give you that much. All right, so what have you been playing this past week?
I only played one game this whole week. I was playing Phantasy Star Online 2.
Okay.
I'm still trying to get the nuances of the game and leveling up characters and things like that. Just learning as I go, really. And I've only just now started playing the story mode of the game. I've been doing a lot of side missions and quests to level up my character as fast as I can, because at certain levels you can unlock certain things. Like level 20, you can get your subclass for your character. So in my case, I was playing as a ranger, and I wanted to be what I was in Phantasy Star Universe and Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst, which is basically a ranger, a shooter, who could do support at the same time. So I got some subclass of a Tector, I think they call it.
Yeah.
That's something that allows you to do a lot of support level skills and whatnot, but it's not going to come into fruition for me until I actually learn those support skills. I got one already, but as I got to grind for the others. So I'm going through story mode and all the side missions that I can, and I just pick it up from there. But it's I'm having a good time with it. I mean, there's just so much stuff for me to do in that game, and it's giving me all types of nostalgia from playing off the Dreamcast and off Blue Burst when it came out on PC, and of course Phantasy Star Universe. It's one of the few series that I'd be willing to play on PC for. So yeah, that's what I've been doing all week. Just that one game.
For me, I did play last week. I played Tomb Raider.
Mm-hmm.
Still playing that. That game takes a long time.
Why is it taking you so long?
I keep thinking I'm near the end, and then it's like, nope, you're still not done. And I was like, all right, fine, let's keep going.
It's not getting tedious for you, is it?
Not really. There's some backtracking that I'm not a fan of. Well, it's an open world thing, and I say open world, but there's different sections of the area that you're in that are expanded upon, and you can go and search for things and find, documents or money, or there's all this stuff on the map for you to go and seek out and find.
Mm-hmm.
But that gets a little annoying after a while. You just want to let's just progress the story. Let's get this moving along. I'm tired of being in this area, and so then you go to the next area, you do a little bit, and then you got to go back through the other area to get up to a different, I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of backtracking now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. I don't mind it, because now I have, it does the whole Metroid thing, because now I have new abilities.
Mm-hmm.
I say abilities, whatever. I have new tools that I can use to get to places I couldn't before.
Mm-hmm.
So while it is backtracking, you're still getting to new areas of old places you've already visited.
So there's a benefit of all the backtracking.
Some of a benefit, yes. You still have to get there from over. I don't know. It's fine. I was also in the cold, and when it's cold, she moves really slow. The colder she gets, she moves slow. So, it doesn't have any effect on her. It's a gameplay mechanic. It's not even a gameplay mechanic. It's I don't know. It's not them extending the game, but it's something they put in there. It does not affect your character. She doesn't die from being so
She's not
cold.
going to get hypothermia.
No,
like that. No,
but when it gets cold, she moves real slow until you get to an area where the wind isn't hitting her and that sort of thing, and then you can move a little bit. What's very strange is that I was working my way towards a tunnel, I think, in the cold, and it's like, oh, the wind's coming in, the storm's coming, got to get to shelter. I got shelter there, went through the cave system, came out on the other end, still in this cold area, but no effect whatsoever of being back out in the chilled air and all this other stuff. It's fine. I'm not putting judgment on that. I don't care. It's fine. It's just here's the thing. It's just like if you go into a tomb that's been sealed for years, but yet there's
light.
Yeah, exactly. There's candles being lit.
I've heard people talk about that before. Yeah.
Or you lift it up and there's oh look, shotgun shells.
Yeah. Ancient tomb that hasn't been open in like 4 or 5 centuries, and there's shotgun shells available for you to pick up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's okay, whatever. So I mean, I'm not holding that against it. So, so then Tuesday came, and by the way, lethal migraine. This is when you want to go, get something to eat because I'm about to talk Destiny. That might apply to a lot of people who are this is the Destiny talk. You know, been sitting down, get up, stretch, go outside. You know, go make some coffee, make a sandwich. unless you do want to hear about Destiny talk, because then we're gonna talk Destiny. That is what I've been playing since Tuesday, since the launch of the new stuff. I didn't know what to expect with the launch of the new stuff. They had not given us anything. But at 11 a.m., which was an hour before the new stuff launched, they did a presentation where they talked about what's next for Destiny. It was an event to tell us about the September expansion, which is called Beyond Light, I believe. Yeah. Beyond Light arriving on September 22nd. It'll add a new elemental power called Stasis. And there will be a new raid that is offered.
They're going to dead space it?
It's a good question. I'm not sure.
Because I hear Stasis, I'm thinking dead space already.
Beyond Light will also bring back the Cosmodrome from the first game. Has that first area you're in the very first game. Which, by the way, they're also getting rid of Mars, Io, Titan. Oh, what else? The Leviathan, the whole Leviathan ship, they're getting rid of all that.
Yeah.
All of that is going away.
I didn't get much out of Io. I like Titan, though.
It's a small little thing. Mercury's going away, too.
Ain't much on there. There was nothing on Mercury. There was nothing on there.
Exactly.
Like one event and nothing else.
Yeah, I was hoping, man. I was hoping I had more here to talk about. This was just talking about the next 3 expansions. Because not only did they show us what expansion for September is going to be like, they also showed us the next 2 expansions. They gave us the titles for the next 2 expansions that are going to be released in 2021 and 2022. Which was interesting to get that, that so far ahead. Like, we kind of know where this is building.
Yeah,
The one for 2021 is called the Witch Queen. We already know it, and it's got a hive symbol there. We already know what the Witch Queen is. Well, we're pretty sure that's Savathun, which is someone we have only ever heard about in this game.
Oh, that Savathun song. Right? I think
that's the song. That's not Savathun, but that's Savathun's song.
I'm just trying to recall where I've heard that name before.
That was on Titan, by the way.
Was that
that's a strike that's on Titan.
Strike. That's
yeah.
It. Yeah. Okay.
Fight a giant eyeball.
And a bunch of ogres and thralls and
tons of that stuff.
Yeah.
But we kind of know what the Witch Queen is. The final one that they've got there that they told us about that comes in 2022.
Dang, they went that far?
They did. Now it says working title, but it's titled Lightfall.
Okay. So that's why I was seeing all the stuff people talking about. There is no Destiny 3. There's just a whole bunch of...
There isn't. It's Destiny 2 Lightfall.
Destiny 2, okay.
That's in 2022. Wow. Destiny 2 The Witch King in 2021. Lightfall sounds very conclusive. Lightfall sounds very, like, not necessarily end of the road, but sounds like a conclusion. You know? It's got what looks like one of the pyramid ships for the logo there. And the pyramid ships are something that we've known about since D1 way back in concept art for Destiny 1 in 2014, I think.
Okay.
And we're just now getting to these ships they really just reared their, they were shown briefly as a little after credits thing from the main campaign of Destiny 2. They made a little bit of a comeback in the Forsaken campaign just as a little cutscene, little thing of like, oh, pyramid ships. Then Shadowkeep really was like, here you go.
Yeah.
There they are. There's your ship. Because you came over that crest of the moon, it's like, there's a pyramid ship right there. You got to go inside of it.
Yep.
You know? And now, if you go on Io, there's a big pyramid ship right in front of Jupiter in the skybox, you know? And it's all dealing with those pyramid ships. So, or Dorito ships, as they like to be called. So, yeah. I'm curious about where they're going with it. Obviously, I am. I mean, I'm invested this far. So we're just going to keep going. But Tuesday's reveal with Beyond Light.
No mention of new gear, things like that, or anything like that to pick up or anything?
Oh, yeah, there's new gear.
I mean, descriptions of it or anything.
There's a weird look. All this stuff is very. Man, I don't know how to describe it. The way it looks. There's a new auto rifle, a new fusion rifle,
scout rifles,
a new sword. There's another couple of weapons too. I don't think it's just those three. There's some more, and I'm drawing a blank as to what it is.
But no scout rifles that you.
I don't know. I have to go look. I'd have to go look.
So the visuals, you said you couldn't hard describe what like.
Yeah, just the way that they're kind of just the way like the sword has a neon thing. The sword is hooked.
Well, like a katana.
No,
a curvature
or
like
hook.
or like a hook sword.
More hook, like a hook. Yeah, look it up.
Okay,
that's the best way I can tell you to do this. Destiny 2 new sword. Oh well, okay. Now they're showing you the massive sword. Oh, well, that doesn't help. There's just all the swords in the game.
Okay, I'll just do it later then.
Yeah, well, wait, here, I scrolled, there it is. It's called Temptation's Hook.
Okay.
Yeah. So look up Temptation's Hook. And then look up Falling Guillotine. Falling Guillotine is the one that you get from the season pass, and that thing looks just like a cleaver. I mean, it's just very, very large, bulky. Temptation's Hook and Falling Guillotine, by the way. New weapons. Rivals.
Oh well.
Yeah, there's an auto rifle. What is it? They're showing. See, everybody else is showing off the new grenade launcher, and that's just an exotic that you get when you get the season pass. It's a pretty cool grenade launcher, but it's not part of the new stuff. So
okay, Fallen Guillotine looks like Cloud Sword from Final Fantasy.
Right? Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. But yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, new stuff's neat. There's a new public event that everybody doesn't have to, but you can participate in if you want to. Public events being those things where, you know, you're in there with a bunch of strangers and you're all trying to do one thing. That can be good and that can be bad sometimes. Basically,
usually bad if you try to get as many legendary.
Brand new engrams too. They're called umbral engrams. You don't take these to the cryptarch to decode. You take them somewhere else, and you can focus them to give you a certain thing. Like I can focus if I pick up an umbral engram, I can decode it, and it can be a number of different things, or I can focus it with some resources that I gain from just playing the game. To be the new weapons. Roll me something out of the new weapon pile. Roll me something out of the new armor pile. You know, you can focus it to do that. So you can kind of pick what you want from that.
Or just pick which pool you can get it from anyway.
Right.
Yeah. That reminds me of something in Phantasy Star Online I was trying to figure out, because you do get sometimes special weapons that just has a big question mark. You got to take it to a techer to figure out what it is you got. So there are ways to modify what you pick up in the end. So far, I've gotten some pretty good drops from that. Except the last one was something I couldn't use at all, so I had to end up selling that. But yeah, little ways to influence what you pick up from there. So I get that.
Yeah. There's a new dungeon to play. What else is new? Yeah, that's about it. I mean,
no new classes or anything like that?
No, there's no new classes. No. They'll save that for the expansion. Not for one of the new season type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more grinding, more the same.
Yeah.
Just trying to get up there so that I can do the dungeon because
a light level increase, of course.
Yeah, exactly. 1060, I think, is the massive cap. I think. I can't remember what is the level cap.
I don't know. Make it even. Hit like 1100.
Level cap. What do you got? Boost the cap to 1060 power level. But what is the? I get 1050 is the soft cap, and then 1060 is the pinnacle cap.
Okay.
So interesting. Yeah. So that's what Destiny has offered. I'm into it, and it was great to see what they've got planned for 2 years down the road.
Mm-hmm.
What they've got planned coming up for. Well, Beyond Light is what's coming in September.
Mm-hmm.
And then Witch Queen, and then Lightfall. I hope they stick with Lightfall. I really like that name.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Obviously not getting a Destiny 3. They're just kind of keeping everything together like this.
Yeah.
There was talk of crossplay, generational crossplay. In other words, PS4 users can play with PS5 users.
Oh, okay.
Xbox One users can play with Xbox Series X users, whatever. The cross-generational play. I haven't heard anything, though, about cross-play, cross-system play. I'm hoping that's still something that's on their radar. I still would like that, just,
yeah, for
you and I at least.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Xbox Series X. Yeah, they're on track for July. Just do that. Hey, we'll talk about the PC gaming show when we come back for everything that was announced for that. A couple of quick hits, though. What do we have? There's a rumor that Far Cry 6 reveal will be coming next month at Ubisoft. Okay, good. Rumors. No Man's Sky is getting crossplay between Xbox One, PS4, and PC in its next update. Oh, Ark Survival Evolved is free on the Epic Games Store this week, along with Samurai Showdown, the old classic Samurai Showdown.
Oh, 93?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There was a Star Wars game that was leaked called Star Wars Squadrons. That will probably be revealed at EA's presentation thing coming up on Thursday. And I'm going to open that up as a last sort of thing to maybe talk about if we get around to it. Yeah. Anyway, we'll be right back with more in just a moment. This is music from, and Jeremy was playing this, which is the reason I grabbed it. I don't know that I've ever used music from Terraria before, but I know that they're in their final update. Journey's End. Terraria Journey's End. So I said, well, let me get the music from that. I think it's the same music. I don't think there's any difference. But I'm going to play that, and then when we come back, we've got more in-game chat coming up. As he said, as he clicked the button and nothing happened. Welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music from a game called Valorant. This is the theme for Sova, which I think is a character in that game. All the characters have different themes. And so I was just like, pick this person, listen to it. Like, sure, that's fine. I think they're all actually good. I probably could have used all the characters for music clips here, but I enjoyed it. Welcome back to the show. It was the PC Gaming Show earlier today. So let's go over what was shown. I have not actually, I've seen a bunch of headlines and stuff, but I haven't really paid much attention to it. Even though we aren't getting a proper E3 this year, we still got the annual PC Gaming Show. The show didn't have a ton of huge new announcements, but we did get some new trailers. Torchlight 3 is, well, out today. It is now on PC, which I guess was just a thing. It's early access, but it is now out and available. Persona 4 Golden is now on Steam. That is out today as well. That was some big news for a lot of people. I've never played a Persona game, so I have no idea. The creator of DayZ revealed a new game called Icarus, a first-person survival game with building elements and aliens. It will support online co-op, released sometime next year, and will be free to play. Rebellion released first gameplay footage of Evil Geniuses 2. The sequel will have players building evil layers and sending out their goons around the world to complete missions, probably of the evil kind. The end goal is, of course, world domination. That comes, this year sometime. Later on this year. Remnant from the Ashes is getting a big DLC drop in August. Humble Games showed off a whole slate of stuff. Project Wingman, Carto, Proteus, Fae Tactics. Total War Saga Troy will be out on August 13th. Mafia Definitive Edition is a new version built entirely from the ground up. That's interesting. Hangar 13 talked about the upcoming remake of the classic open-world game and explained that the entire thing is being rebuilt. The developer will follow the story beats and missions from the original game, but the whole thing is built in a new engine. All of the cutscenes are being rewritten and tweaked. And yes, it comes out on August the 28th. There was a new look at a game called Twin Mirror from Don't Nod Entertainment. The folks that made Life is Strange, that series. It'll release soon on PC and will be exclusive to the Epic Games Store. Other trailers shown was Valheim, Ooblets, Elite Dangerous, Insound Mind, Blightbound, Dwarfheim, Godfall. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything that sticks out. Shadow Man Remastered. The old PlayStation game?
Yeah.
Paradise Killer, Cartel Tycoon, Trash Sailors. That sounds fun. Story of Seasons, Metal Hellslinger, Ambulance of Chaos, Red Sails, Surgeon Simulator 2, The Last Campfire from Hello Games, and Outlast Trials from the Red Barrels. That's the BMX game, I guess, or is it the motocross? I don't know. Bikes or motorcycles, I'm not sure. And
Motorcycles.
I have 47 new things in my news feed. What is this? God. Let me make sure there's nothing that I should jump into here. Dustborn. Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition is just $10, by the way, on Amazon. So if you want to get that so that you can get ready for the sequel, there you go. Yeah, okay, nothing. 47 news stories of junk. For the most part. It's everybody saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Here's what was at the thing. Here's what was at this. What is this? Merge Games unveils Lovecraftian horror punk action RPG Morbid: The Seven Acolytes. God. Lovecraftian horror punk action RPG. That's a hell of a genre. Right?
Has it been done before?
Well, no, of course it's not, because they had to create that just then. Find us some.
It'll be compared to something else.
Yeah, right. Like, find us some keywords to slam together so we can describe this game. Lovecraftian horror punk action RPG. Sure, go with that.
Yeah.
Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like some of the because I got that from a PR company. It's like they have a dartboard. You know, all right. Find a style. Shunk. All right. Find a genre. Shunk. Then other thing. Pick two from this one. Mm-hmm. Pick two from that. Throw two at that dartboard. Throw two at that dartboard, and you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a dartboard with action, RPG, shooter, platformer, all this other stuff, and then the other one's like Lovecraftian, horror, steampunk, horror punk, horror steam horror. I don't know. Just I don't know. Just sounds like it was all mushed up together.
Yeah.
So what else was there? Need for Speed Heat is getting crossplay. By the way, all the EA games showed up on Steam. I think we already talked about that, but yeah, there was a bunch of EA games that showed up on Steam at a discount now. The more so, I guess, so that the that EA Access thing or whatever's coming to Steam, that'll be something they'll probably announce at EA's thing on Thursday. So.
I don't think I've picked up anything from EA in a while.
I don't think I have either, to be honest with you. What was the last game I played that was EA, or that picked it up from EA? Burnout Paradise Remastered, which is an EA title.
You didn't do it. Well,
what?
Anthem was.
I tried. No, I was in a beta for that. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't
Actually
actually.
get
Oh
the game.
God,
Okay.
no! I did not buy that.
Okay.
I did play a little bit of Apex Legends, free to play. That's the thing, though. What have I bought from EA?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Burnout Paradise Remastered is something I bought. Well, EA, they had the Star Wars game was there as well. The man, why is that a
Battlefront?
no? The single player Jedi something. I can't remember.
Okay.
I don't know why. Again, I just can't remember it now. I can't remember what it's called. It was a big deal last year. And it's suddenly slipped my mind. Arcade 1-Up announced new machines. Miss Pac-Man, Marvel vs. Capcom, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Big Buck Hunter, and the one I'm interested in, a virtual pinball machine. That virtual pinball machine, I have no idea how much it's going to cost, but that is a quick way. Like I had always had this idea of buying a pinball machine that's just broken, gutting the thing, and building my own sort of virtual table.
Yeah.
There's a lot that would have to go into that. But this is on a smaller scale. I played one of those pinball machines that were done like that, where it's a TV screen laying down as the play field.
Yeah.
And it's all digital version. I played that for The Walking Dead at Zen Studios at E3 many, many moons ago. It was a good feeling. I playing something that was a smaller set than what a normal pinball machine feels like, but it was not uncomfortable. It didn't feel like I was compromising. I'm still like, you know what? This is not bad. This is good. I like that. And there was a company that made those. Of course, now I guess Arcade 1-Up is getting into it as well. I don't know that I like Arcade 1-Up. I don't know. I've never actually seen one of the machines. They're all kind of smaller scale.
Yeah.
And so
That's an interesting thing that got me about those Arcade 1-Up machines. They're just not full size, really.
They're not. And you can buy those little platforms that they can sit on to kind of elevate them higher so that they can be kind of stand machines.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think I saw somebody playing them, like, a bigger dude, and he was trying to sit down in front of one, and it was tiny.
Yeah.
It was a lot tinier than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
Which gives me a little bit of pause on this pinball machine that they're doing as well.
Yeah.
If it's anything like their cabinets.
Yeah.
I'd love to, again, Jeremy's done this, but I'd love to just get a cabinet, again, gut it.
Yeah.
Put a screen in there and then put
get a full-size cabinet.
Yeah.
Get a full-size cabinet.
I think that would be easier to do, actually, than it would be a pinball machine. Mm-hmm. But I think that would be easier to do because you only need one screen. With a pinball machine, there's a lot more involved in making a virtual pinball machine. Mm-hmm. But get an old cabinet, gut it out, put your screen in, put you a tiny. I mean, you don't even barely need a PC to go in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
With all sorts of different classic arcade games on there.
Yeah.
Just a ton.
Yeah.
And boom, you are set.
Get a meme machine. Meme machine. There you go.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine that did that, man. A PC in a box. And
exactly.
Stick it in there.
I could even put my my NES Mini in there where I could play the old NES games too.
Yeah.
And my SNES Mini in there where I could play the old SNES. Man, I'm having ideas.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm having ideas.
You got a ton of games in there, man.
Yep.
Oh, what you got?
I just clicked on whatever Lethal Migraine put in there, which was from the KFC Gaming Instagram.
Say that again.
Just click on the link. It's in the chat room there. KFC Gaming. It's their Instagram page. Introducing the KF console. KFC OnSole, I guess, maybe? I don't know. What is that? It's like an air fryer? This looks so stupid.
Yeah,
KFC, what are you doing?
That's not official.
What are you doing, KFC?
That's not official.
It's got a little thing on it. Power your hunger, 11, 12, 20.
I'm going to leave that alone.
It says memes. Hashtag memes.
Okay.
Hashtag power your hunger. Hashtag memes, video games, gaming, KFC, Xbox, PlayStation, PS5. So, anyway. I don't want to say that we've run out of things to talk about here. We didn't. But going back to the whole Sony thing, Sony's reveal and everything like that. Again, just to recap that whole thing, I'm not a fanboy of really any of the systems. I'm not. I'm not a, what's the term?
Brand loyalist?
I'm not. Yeah. Totally. I'm totally not when it comes to Sony, Microsoft, even Nintendo, or even PC.
Mm-hmm. Who's got what you want? That's pretty much it.
Yeah, which is odd because in the past I never looked at it that way. In the past I was like, new system, get the new system. Mm-hmm. You know? It triggered the bell went off in my head. Got to get a new system. It's new system time. Get a new system.
Mm-hmm.
Got to go get it. So
yeah,
I don't feel that way this time.
No, I mean it's been a long time since I bought a system at launch.
Yeah,
I've always waited for a little bit.
No, for me though, I've always bought the systems at launch.
Mm-hmm. When was the last time you bought a system at launch? Which one?
Switch.
Yeah.
And look at where that got me. Broken one.
Yeah.
A Switch that won't turn on. A Switch that I might as well just buy a new one, bite the bullet, and buy a new one. Because I don't know when they're going to open up their repair center so that they can take mine. Mm-hmm. Plus, I mean, they're going to open up the repair center, and they've probably got a ton that are backlogged that they've got to get to before they ever get to mine. Mm-hmm. So I don't know when that's going to get fixed. Mm-hmm. I have no clue. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I may end up buying a new Switch at some point down the line. This is not that point. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I might. A friend of mine had posted on Facebook, like, hey, we got 3 of them in at the store he was at. Yeah. And I was like, they sell out? He's like, dude, I can hold you one real quick, but you got to let me know. I was like, no, don't hold. Somebody comes in, wants to buy that thing, you sell it. I have not. Look, I got a broken one right now. Mm-hmm. I might pick one up, but no, we're good. I was just curious how fast you'd sold out of those because they don't stay. They don't last.
Right.
I did realize that I had 2 pre-orders of Last of Us 2, which comes out Friday, by the way. I had a pre-order at Best Buy and a pre-order at Amazon. The pre-order at Best Buy is the same as the one at Amazon, except the Amazon one came with like a mini vinyl album of songs from the game.
Okay.
And a backpack.
Okay.
And was also $100 more. I was close to getting that because it was not in stock on Amazon. You could not get it.
Okay.
It had not restocked. And that was something that I found from the last game, from Last of Us, the first game. There was an edition that had a statue and everything else, did not get restocked. And I missed out on it. So I didn't want to miss out on this one. But so far, the other one that I pre-ordered at Best Buy has not been restocked either, on either Amazon or Best Buy, which just comes with everything except for the vinyl and the backpack thing. However, apparently when I purchased that on Best Buy's website, it was cheaper than what it's being offered right now. Even though they're sold out of them, their retail price is like $170. But I picked it up for like $130. So
special.
No, it was just like that. No, it was just that was the price it was at launch, and then the price went up. It's like when it first put it out there. Kind of like Amazon. If the lowest price that item ever goes is the price that you get locked into.
Okay.
So if you get in there and it's like, hey, we're pricing this at $120. Wait, that price was a mistake. It's actually this, but you got in on it at 120, so you get it. You get it for that.
Okay.
It kind of stays that way. Or if you purchase it, if you pre-order something that costs $200, and by the time it gets released, it actually dropped down to about $150. You get it for the lowest price. So apparently that was the case, and I was like, you know what? I don't need the backpack. I don't need the vinyl albums. I'm good. For whatever they're offering, I'm good. It's not going to be the full soundtrack or the full score. They'll eventually do that, and then I'll pick that up. I don't have to worry about this backpack thing. And I also don't need to be spending $250 on a video game. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
For all of that with a backpack. It's really ridiculous what I'm paying for what I'm getting now, but I was like,
Collectability.
I know how it goes. Yeah. It comes with a little statue.
Yeah.
It comes with a little thing. Just more trinkets and knickknacks and things to put around the house.
Yeah.
So
put it next to your that knife from Uncharted or whatever.
See, I got to reach out to them because I feel like it's a bad time to be reaching out to them with COVID and everything else going on. We got somebody calling us. I feel like it's a bad time to reach out to them because of everything that's going on. They're based out of Seattle. No, they're not. They're based out of California. But I'm so used to getting an autographed copy of the game. And I reached out to them for Last of Us. I reached out to them for Uncharted 4, and they were like, sure, dude, we'll send you one.
Yeah.
I was like, thanks. Because it goes up there with apparently my Naughty Dog shrine. It's above the TV of all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess I got to do that again. Somebody's calling. Let's go to the phones. I don't know who this is. Hi, you're on in-game chat. Who's this?
It's me again, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
If you ever decide to pull the trigger on making your own arcade or pinball machine, like with a TV or something, let me know. We've got all the tools in the shop. If you need help doing something like that, or if you wanted to make a custom one, make it from scratch and something like that. Just if you ever decide to really you want to go full out and do it, let me know. I can give you a hand. I'll probably even help pay for the materials myself and help you if you wanted to do that.
Well, thanks for that invitation, man. Hey, I appreciate it. I'll let you know. I don't know. A lot of this is like, I'm going to do this, and then I never do it.
I mean, if you start going out and you go out and you start buying materials, or you buy the guts to do something like that, and you want to go full throttle, let me know.
Yeah, sure, I will. Thanks for it. Thanks for the offer, dude.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
All right,
take care now.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I may do that. I don't know.
Well, speaking of Naughty Dog, I am interested in how you react to because you are picking up The
Last of Us 2. Yeah, you've read spoilers on that, haven't
I've
you?
read it. I've read it already, and I have not said anything.
Shut your filthy mouth.
I'm not gonna reveal anything because you had a Herculean effort in avoiding them.
I didn't really have to do much. I just haven't stumbled across anything. You know.
Well, either way, I am interested in how you feel about it when you play it.
I did read somebody's review, not really somebody's review, it's like somebody who reviewed the game, but they sent out a tweet saying, I spoiled myself on what was on this. Well, the guy said I read the leaks, I read about all that stuff, and it still did not prepare me for what I played. It did not affect me for what I had played. Not saying that, okay, then I'll go out and look at the spoilers. I was just like, hey, that's good to know. It's good to know that this guy knew ahead of time what was coming, and he still got a reaction out of it. You know what I'm saying? He was still affected. So that's good to know. I can't wait for it. It is this Friday when it comes out. That'll be a break in Destiny because I'll be playing that on Friday. I don't know how long. Apparently, it's a pretty chunky game. Got a lot. It's a big game.
Based on what I've looked at, I'm thinking
10?
No.
More?
20 plus.
20 plus hours? Oh, God. All right. All right. They said it's a pretty big game, so we'll see. Hey, we got to go. I want to thank everybody for joining us in the chat room and listening on the stream, and everybody else out there listening as well on the radio. If you want to grab us, we're on iTunes, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch right now as well. We're on Steam, we're on Discord, we are on every single thing that you can think of. I want you guys to have a fantastic week. Think about it. Thursday, you've got the EA thing. Friday, we've got Last of Us 2 coming out. So lots to look forward to. Have a fantastic week. We will see you next Saturday. I leave you with the main menu music from a game called Disintegration. Have a good week. We'll see you next Saturday.